Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and welcome to the last part of my Cannonade video. Now, this is the last part, but it may not fully be the last part because we're gonna have to revisit the Cannonade one more time after the Blakebeard issue is solved, his bug is solved. And let me kind of explain what this is. So we're gonna go through here and we're going to look, we're not really looking at the DPS right now. We're going to look at the damage that it can do. So in this video, we're going to take a look one last time at the Cannonade. Right now, like I said, once they fix it, once they fix the Blakebeard bug glitch, whatever it is, we're going to revisit this one more time. But I want to show you guys both the final form that the Cannonade is going to take, what the hero setup is, and what I'm going to be doing with it. So just take a quick look here. We got the Cannonade, we've got the Jabberwocky, we've got 148, and we got the Bowler at 83,000. Now, very important, just keep an eye on that, okay? Because 83,000 Bowler, 143 for the Jabberwocky again. Jabberwocky, where's Jabberwocky? 148, sorry, 148, 83 Bowler, 148 Jabberwocky, and Cannonade 43, okay? 83, 148, and 43. Very important to think about that, because we're going to go over here and we're going to talk about this in a second. We're going to talk about this final form of this hero loadout. But check it out. So Blakebeard is supposed to give 20% increase in cannonball damage, and we know that right now the cannonball weapons or the launchers are the Bowler, the Jabberwocky, and the Cannonade. But if we go back, check it out. The Bowler, remember, it was 43, right? Sorry, 83, 75. The Jabberwocky was 148, 33. And finally, the Cannonade was 43. It's still 43. It hasn't changed. Now, what is happening here? Now, you might also take a look at this and be like, wait. 83 to 75, that's not 20%. And that is true. It's not 20%. But I believe that 20% is taking off the base damage of the weapon. And if you add it that way, it does make sense if you add up all the percentages. But it may also be that it's not completely right, because honestly, if you were to add 20% on top of this 75, it's actually supposed to be 91,294. So that could also be wrong. Now, I don't exactly know how they calculate this. I'm going to have to do a little more testing to take a look at this. But the more important thing here is that regardless of this, the Cannonade is not buffed at all. Now, for the purposes of this video, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put in Blakebeard here, because we are going to be working with not just the Cannonade, but we're also going to take a look at the Bowler and the Jabberwocky to see this maximum damage possible here. And how can we get this maximum damage? So this is kind of going to be right now the maximum damage possible for weapons. So we've got Demolition Penny with faster explosions, plus would give us 50% launcher damage. Actually, I don't know why it's called faster explosions. It should be more powerful explosions, something. You would think that faster explosions would mean that it would have an increase in speed or reload or something, but no, there's no increase in that. It's purely just increase in damage. We're gonna put in Blakebeard for his increased cannonball damage. We're gonna put in the Skull Trooper Jonesy, because we are going to want that locked and reloaded. After reloading, increases weapon damage by 15% for 5 seconds. And as you know, with pretty much every single launcher, you got to reload it after every single one. So boom, 15% damage right there. I'm going to have a ninja, this ninja for fleet, and you're going to see why in a second. Of course, we're going to have hit shot with Ranger Deadeye, because you know what? I got to have him for my Zap Zap. Zap Zap is life, guys. Ooh, I almost reset him there. Zap Zap is life. I love his little backpack there. And finally, we're rounding it out with Survivalist Jonesy, because we got to get those heals. So the reason why I've got this ninja in here, yes, I want him to be a little faster, but because of the perk. And I did kind of explain this before. Hot Swap. Weapon eliminations increase weapon damage by 13% for 15 seconds. Each weapon type can only apply one stack of this effect. So eliminate, 13% bonus. It's awesome. You do have to have 4 of each hero right there. One hero of each class has to be in there, which is why I decided to go with this ninja. I have put in here before Dire Wolf just because, or sorry, the Dire hero, just because, you know, that extra boost of speed, but I'd rather have a consistent boost of speed. Apart from that, there is no other ninja that gives us a buff like that. Now, I'm kind of hoping there is going to be a ninja that's going to give us maybe like a plasma pulse buff or something. Or if in the future, can you imagine if there's a ninja that gives a buff in launcher, crit or something, or crit rate? That would be wonderful. It'd be awesome. But anyway, there is our setup. Now that is going to be right now the max amount of damage I'm going to be able to just push out of these weapons. But as we can see, well, the Cannonade, and I know a lot of people have been telling me the Cannonade, I'm looking at the Cannonade incorrectly. How can I compare it to the Bowler and the Jabberwocky if it's, you know, it's not going to have that level of impact, that level of damage? Well, if you look at the Bowler, yeah, the Bowler is going to have twice as much as damage. And of course, we're also looking at that, you know, impact it's having. You know, we're looking at that overall damage. So we can't compare it in that sense. And you're right, we can't compare in that sense. But it's so fast shooting that we want to be able to have at least enough damage to cause some major damage on these enemies. That's the whole point. We want to be able to, on those red eyes, we want to be able to definitely take them out at least with a few shots, not use an entire, you know, an entire clip of ammo, all 8 shots, and not be able to defeat him. You know what? We should also be able to defeat a smasher with 1 entire clip. 8 shots should be able to take down a smasher, and currently the Cannonade cannot do it. With 43,000, it's not enough. It's just not enough to take out a smasher, especially if we're going up against some level 100 smashers. So how can we perform this? How can we make the most power come out of this? And this is the part. Now, what you guys are going to see me do right now is something that I never do with any other weapons. I don't do this with other weapons. And the reason why I don't do this with other launchers, the reason why I don't do this with other launchers is simply because it doesn't need it. A launcher, this is the point of a launcher. If you're going to have a launcher like the Jabberwocky Bowler, the Santa's Little Helper, I like comparing Santa's Little Helper and Jabberwocky right now because they do a massive amount of damage. Right now, my Jabberwocky is able to pretty much defeat almost anything in a single hit. And that's the whole point. With a launcher, you want to be able to get that launch out, cause enough an explosion to affect a good amount of enemies that are coming at you. You want to be able to wipe out several enemies, and the ones that remain, like the red eyes or a smasher, you want to be able to at least stun them, if not knock them back. Dam Buster, amazing weapon for that. Santa's Little Helper, great weapon for that. The Bowler, also pretty good weapon for that because, you know, it can really cause that explosion, and it also affects the ones coming behind it. Great for those tunnels, you know, it's great. And the Jabberwocky is just wonderful. The Jabberwocky is amazing because of the sheer damage it does. And in reality, it's kind of weird, but the Jabberwocky actually gives me more knockback normally than any other weapon. I really do enjoy it. Well, Santa's Little Helper has some pretty good impact as well. So with this weapon, we can't really focus on the impact. And because it has 8 shots, we need to squeeze as much damage as we can out of here, because as we've proven, we can't really take down, even with an entire clip, we can't take down the red eyes yet. So believe it or not, yes, something that I said I was never, ever going to do with any weapon that was going to be a launcher is make it crit. The reason why I've never made a weapon crit, a launcher crit before, is because I always say, why do you need more damage? If you want to be able to take out a smasher in a single, you know, blast, or a red eyes in a single blast, that's great. But with a launcher, as long as you can take out most of the smaller ones, and as long as that's also going to give you enough impact or enough knockback or stun to stun everyone around them, enough time for you to get a reload and shoot off another one to finish them off, then you don't really need that. But the Cannonade is different. The Cannonade is also not, it doesn't really operate like a grenade launcher either. It operates like a shotgun with explosive. That's kind of how someone said it. It's like, I remember I was playing with someone and they were like, it's like the room sweeper. And I was like, you're right. It kind of feels like a room sweeper that has an explosive tip. So that's kind of how we're going to treat it. So that's what we're going in here with now. And if we take a look at it now, yes, our base damage has gone way down, but take a look at this crit. So right now we're looking at 36,000. Let's see, 36,085.8, and we're looking at increasing it by 140%. So what's going to happen is we are going to, goodness gracious, that's going to be crazy. So we're going to be potentially pulling out about 100,000 damage out of each hit if it crits, and at 31.5 critical hit chance, that's not so bad. So let's go, and we're gonna keep this guy all in rare. Right now we're gonna keep him all in rare, but this is pretty much the most that we're gonna be able to get out of him. Remember, if we do put these to epic or legendary, we're gonna get that much more. We're gonna keep the physical as well because of the damage, and we're gonna keep the extra damage. So this is what we're hoping to look. Our DPS has dropped over 20, almost 25,000. It has, but our damage, even though it's dropped a little bit, we are looking at that critical damage. We are looking at the fact that we are going to try and get that much more damage out of it. So let's go ahead and go into a level 100. We're going to go into the suburbs here. We're going to take a look. We're going to go in and we're just going to basically test this out and see what we can possibly pull out of it. And remember, right now looking at the Cannonade, yes, we are looking at the fact that with the Cannonade right now, it does not have that bonus from Blakebeard. So it's the same. It doesn't matter if it changes. I did go ahead and change out that other one because I do want to see what the Jabberwocky and the Buller could do. We're also going to include that in a very, very little, just a quick little look here. But the most important thing here is, remember, we are going to get that extra damage once Blakebeard is fixed for the Cannonade. So that's something that's very important to take into consideration. And again, like I said, even though this is a launcher weapon, we gotta treat it kind of like it's like a shotgun with explosive tips. That's kind of how we have to look at this weapon, because you need that constant hit. And the impact, even though it would be wonderful if the impact was a little higher, so at least you could get a stun, if you had a smasher coming towards you and you could just go ahead, and do what you needed to do to get him to stop, to stop moving. So let me go ahead and take this out of here. Let me go find the Cannonade, and we're going to make two of them really quick and take a quick look at them here. So right down there, we've got the Bowler. We got the Jabberwocky, and we got some enemies right here. So let me go ahead and, okay, it did this, of course. Boop, boop. All right, there we go. So there's our Cannonade. Is it also going to replace the first one? Let me see. No, it didn't. Okay. All right. So if you guys remember before, we were looking at, I think here we were looking at maybe 30,000 or something. 18,000, 18,000. 18,000. So what we're looking for here right now is going to be those 46. All right. 44. Okay. All right. Now, also, it is important to note my level right now is only 102. So we are probably going to be able to produce a little more damage once I level up, and I do plan to leveling up. So just right here, there you go, 98. So there you go, 100,000 right there, pretty much. That is a gigantic improvement than what we had before. Let's take a look at what we can do here. Okay, let's do this to protect ourselves. Okay, all right, big difference there. Okay, let's see what we can do here. 6 shots. 6 shots, and we were able to take out that red ice, something that we were not able to do before. And again, this damage is going to increase, guys. this damage is going to go up considerably once both my level goes up. And like right now, like I said, I'm at 102. If I was maxed out and if I had a crew with me, which maybe I should try and do that. You know what? We might have to... Okay, wow. Okay, it's like night and day, guys. It's like night and day. We can actually one-hit these guys now. We can actually one-hit them. Something we were not able to do before. The knockback is not bad on them either. Okay. Let's go see if we can't find a smasher really quick. I'm curious to see what we can do with a smasher or against a smasher. Ooh, there's a storm chest. Storm chest might be fun to try out too. Let me see. No, don't care about you. We need a smasher. Can we get a smasher? Can I get a smasher?
Target located.
Yes, I know target located, but I'm not looking for the target. I'm just trying to see if I can't find a smasher here.
We'll need to build up to place the Atlas laser.
So even if I can't find the smasher here, like I said before, this damage will radically increase once, and that, if anything, this is finally a pretty decent reason or excuse for me to get myself leveled up. Oh, hello. This is actually quite surprising. The difference in damage is ridiculous. Wow. It almost feels like my Zap Zap. Not quite. Not quite, but it does almost feel like my Zap Zap. In reality, my Zap Zap still does more damage, although this does have a considerably faster fire rate. So, you know, that's nice. That is very nice. Okay, so last little check here. If we see a smasher, that's great. If we don't see one, that's okay.
Enemy close.
Ooh, I almost took him out. Let's see. I'm such a bad shot, man. Oh, I'm such a bad shot, guys. Uh-oh. I lost my tree. I lost my tree of protection. Okay, and you know what? I gotta say this. Considerable amount of crits happening here, too. One shots. One shot to take out those guys. That is really important too. If you guys remember, that's something that I had said before. If anything, that made this weapon not encouraging for me to use. That encourages me so much more to use it. Having the fact that we are actually hitting these crits and having the fact that we are actually taking out these enemies in a single hit is... It just made this weapon relevant for me. And you can only imagine how much more damage I'm going to be able to pull out of this once I have... You know what? I should definitely go in with a crew. You know what? I'm going to try and do that. We're going to try and see if maybe at the end of this... You know, we didn't find a smasher, unfortunately. Nope, we didn't find a smasher, unfortunately. I was really hoping we were going to find a smasher, but I guess it wasn't in the cards here. What I'm going to do is at the very end of this video... I'm just taking a quick look here, see if we can't find a sleepy... Oh, there we go! Look at that! Perfect way to end this. Alright, perfect way to end this. Let's see, we're reloaded. We're ready. Oh, it broke. Okay. Alright, well... Not a single crit there. Not a single crit in that whole thing. Are you kidding me? Oh, wrong one! It's the wrong one. It's the wrong one. It's the wrong cannonade. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Wrong cannonade, I bet. Yep, wrong cannonade. Maybe that would have been much different if we would have had the right one. Alright. Well, this guy's almost dead, so... That was unfortunate. We kind of wasted our We kind of wasted our one smasher on that one. Oh, never mind. We got another one. We have another one. All right, we have been blessed with another chance. Make sure that this is the right one. Yep, the critical damage one. Let's take a look and see what happens. Oh, I missed. I missed 3 shots there, man. Come on. I missed 3 shots there. Okay, way more damage. 100,000 a shot, guys. 100,000 a shot. Way more damage on there. Okay, it won't take EPI. Man, these guys have some serious defense, dude. All right, so there we go. Way more damage. That is, man, 3 times, 4 times more damage than I was causing originally with the original setup. Now I'm very encouraged to go ahead and both level up. And you know what I'm going to do probably here at the end of this video, after, you know, I sign off and everything, you guys are going to see a little snippet at the end that I'll add. And I'm just going to go ahead and add going in with this exact setup into a match with potentially some people who are going to help me get to, you know what? Let me try and see if I can't do it here. So I'm going to do a quick play. Hopefully, whoever it puts me in to play with right now, they're going to be, you know, level 1 whatever, and it will take me up to 140. There we go. Okay, so unfortunately we had a couple of people there that didn't get me, but we're going to check this out. I'm going to try this really quick. Right now, we're going to just see just how much damage I can do once my level has been buffed up. And I'm going to say this right now. I am going to level up now. As you guys, some of you know, I have 10 million survivor experience that I'm going to be using in the video. So we'll have to see what we can do. So let's go pick a fight and just see really quick what it's going to take or what I can get out of this weapon. I hear a sleeping. I hear a big one. I hear someone sleeping. How much you want to bet it's in here? There he is. Oh! 150 crit, 160. Put to the side. So that helps.
That's the last one.
Wish I could.
Nice work. Add blue glow to the atlas. Open mission control when you're ready to begin.
Let's see what we can do here. 50 for the crit. 75. 62 on a base hit. 75. Oh my goodness. Alright. I've got to level up, guys. I've got to level up. 160. 160. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. That was crazy. Alright, guys. There we go. So, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to leave it there because it's time to help defend this. I'm going to put some traps up, help these guys defend this. I can only imagine how much more damage I'm going to do, guys. I cannot believe it. 160 base. That was crazy. That was awesome. 106. Wow. I'm really looking forward to it, guys. Once they fix Blakebeard, and also I got to level up. It's time for me to get serious about leveling up. We got to get this done. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. This has been testing out this setup, guys. I knew that I was gonna get a considerable boost in damage. I had no idea it was gonna be that much more. I'm really looking forward to the near future. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. Gotta go defend this base now and finish this mission with these guys. Thanks a lot. See ya.